What's up guys, Love It Up here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new mobile game, Fire Emblem Heroes. This game just came out, and I know a lot of people are going to be wondering what the best units are and which characters they should be rolling for in the beginning. So, since I recently finished the campaign, I thought I'd weigh in and do a quick top 5. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that you should be aiming for the 5-star version of these since upgrading stars in this game appears to be quite time consuming. Also, if you don't see your favorite character named in this list, don't worry, there are a ton of other good characters that will carry you far in this game, and I'll try to list some runner-ups at the end. Now, coming in at number 5, we have a tie between Lyn and Cordelia. Lyn is a 5-star only, red infantry, and Cordelia is a blue flying unit that can be found as both a 4-star and a 5-star. The Wikipedia page actually lists Cordelia as an SS tier and Lyn as an S tier, and I can see why she has the advantage, but the reason why I've lumped them together is because of their special attack. They both have an attack that's called Gale Force, which allows both of them to take another action after combat. This skill is definitely what you should be investing your SP in first. Cordelia has the advantage over Lyn because she can fly over terrain and her weapon guarantees 2 hits if she initiates combat. However, Lyn does have more speed and slightly better stats overall, so personally I would also put Lyn in the SS category. For Cordelia, make sure you watch out for archers as well as units of the opposite color. Pick your fights very carefully and keep her well protected. As for Lyn, keep your team adjacent to her for the speed buff during combat. Now, for number 4, I have picked Faye. I think she's a super versatile character and deserves a spot in the SS rank even if the people on Wikipedia disagree with me. She's a green dragon that can be found both at the 4-star level and the 5-star level. This is actually one of the characters that I think could perform well at the 4-star level, but you'd be missing out on some serious stat boosts. The reason why I picked Faye for number 4 is because she had a solid stat distribution, she's tanky and strong, but a little lacking in the speed department. Her weapon gives your allies defense and resist after combat, and her skill gives nearby enemies an attack debuff at the beginning of every turn. To top it all off, she has a self-recovery skill that heals herself 10 HP every other turn. Use Faye with your ranged champions to give yourself free hits on the enemy by pulling your ranged unit out of danger zone after they've gotten in an attack. This is extremely useful against low mobility enemies and makes Faye a great supporting unit. However, watch out for ranged attacks because she can only attack 1 square away even though she does magic damage. The next 3 units on this list are quite similar, and I hope you notice that they are very overwhelming in this game due to this similarity, which I'll tell you in a sec. But, at number 3 we have Ryoma, and despite what the wiki says, he's actually a red infantry unit. Someone should probably fix that. He can only be found at the 5-star level, and his weapon gives him the ability to counterattack regardless of the distance. This might not sound that overwhelming on paper, but trust me, in the game you'll see that he can clear entire levels with ease due to this skill. You just have to keep him healed up and healthy. His skills are actually quite similar to Lyn's, but he doesn't have Gale Force. Definitely be careful for magic damage and keep Ryoma protected. Next up, we have Hector. Now, Hector is a green armored unit that I believe can only be found at the 5-star level. Personally, I haven't seen any of my friends get him in rerolls at all, but I have seen him around in the arena and I don't think he has a 4-star version, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, Hector is basically a green, tankier version for Ryoma. Since he's an armored unit, he can only move 1 square at a time, which makes him really immobile. But he makes up for this flaw in his passive skill, Distant Counter, which allows him to also counterattack ranged units. So he doesn't really need to be moving that fast if opponents will just kill themselves attacking him. He has very high attack and defense, but quite low speed. Not to worry, however, because his weapon allows him to make a follow-up attack when he's above 80% HP. However, watch out for his only weakness, which is ranged magic damage. It'll generally one-shot him since his resist is quite low. Finally, in the top place we have Takumi. Takumi is a colorless infantry that uses a bow. This means he is super effective against flying units and doesn't have any color weaknesses. He also has a skill called Close Counter, which allows him to counterattack enemies regardless of distance, similar to the 2 I just listed. The difference with Takumi is his range. Being colorless and ranged makes him super versatile and well-rounded, and a sure asset in any team. If well protected, he can plow through enemy teams. Try to include units that can move him out of the danger zone so he can get free hits on the enemy, such as Faye. Alright, that's it for my top 5. If you're re-rolling for the perfect team, make sure you try to get at least one 5-star to start, because it makes the game a lot easier. And just a few of the other great characters, there's Tiki, Lucina, Robin, Roy, Marth, so don't worry, there are plenty of great choices for your team. I'll leave a link to the wiki tier list in the description below for all you curious people. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. To see more content like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.